So today we had our second annual AIA California Council Board Meeting Hackathon. It's July in San Francisco. We're at the beautiful San Francisco Art Institute venue, and we've had about 60 people, board members and AIA California Council staff members and California component leaders from around the state join us today. We've had 6 deep dive discussions on topics that are very important issues facing architects practicing throughout California, and we had held today's conversations to really think about how can the AIA California Council help architects lead change and improvement in these 6 different topics and issues facing the profession. So we've had conversations regarding housing, resiliency, the value of architecture, the role of the architect in design and construction process, and security, and had very good high-level discussions. What could the California Council help to do in advancing architects' roles in these issues? And then this afternoon session, more of a strategic, with the big vision in mind, what are really the next steps to help make a difference in these things. So we're excited for the outcome from today. It will inform our 2019 strategic planning and operating planning process through the rest of this year. So stay tuned. There's lots of excellent things to come.
In general, the way we've structured this day is that the morning before lunch is really about divergent thinking, divergent conversations, having an open discussion and dialogue about those 6 topics that Rick just went through, right? And so I'm going to talk in a moment about how we're going to manage that. The afternoon ends up being much more about convergence, right? We're going to find ways to extract main ideas that come out of each of those 6 World Cafe conversations and identify some that we're going to go deeper on through a poster tool that we're going to use. So we're going to end up with some hopefully actionable next steps. I know there's been a lot of interest in being able to simultaneously explore ideas, but also having some very specific and concrete things we might work on next, as opposed to workshops that just sort of end with a great conversation and then no real sense of what to do next. So our goal is really to get to a state where there really are, there's some alignment and some agreement on what's going to happen next.
My name is Wyatt Franham. I'm the VP of Communications and Public Affairs for the California Council, also a designer with Gensler, and we're here in San Francisco today talking about various topics that affect the profession of architecture. Sitting at one of the tables on the value of architects and architecture in the profession, I think there was a recognition that the role of the architects has changed over the last 50 or so years. We've become a little marginalized in our role in the process, and how do we reattain that position in the eyes of the general public. Certainly part of that is outreach to the general public, public relations, PR, really informing them as to what we do on a daily basis. I think there's a little bit of a misperception about what we do. We're not just pushing blueprints. It's not just about design, that we're really plugged into the community, citizen architects, that we function in a variety of disciplines beyond just design.
I really enjoyed the conversation a group had today about security and the role of architects and AIACC in dealing with security specifically to schools. We had a great conversation about the current situation, how other projects have integrated security effectively, courtrooms and other types of projects, civic projects, and sort of how to apply those lessons learned to schools. And to make a school secure but inviting and an environment where kids love to learn, and that architects can do that, and how the AIACC, working with its members, can share that information with the general public.
Or if people who have mental illnesses, like just take away triggers that may trigger them. And that's not just in schools, that's,
So I sat at the table called Firm Culture, and it was a really nice mix of individuals, from millennials all the way up to retirees. And I think there's a big message out there that we can all learn from. We mentor each other. I think most important, though, is if we are going to change our culture, we have to learn from our younger generations and their needs. They're not only the future of our profession, they are our profession. You know, as architects, we're great designers of culture. That's what we do for other people. But we also resist change in our own firms. So we've got a long ways to go. But we can learn from this. And I think there were some great ideas that came up, and I think that we will implement them and move forward.
I'm not completely aware of the situation at the AIA conference. From the conversations we've been having, I think one of the things that AIACC can do is we can help facilitate collaboration between the AIACC and the AIA chapters, and I think that transparency and communication between them is going to help them improve a collaborative environment for them to know where to go, to start training people to have a better match between employers and employees, and I think that's what we're really trying to focus on.
Hi everybody, this is Ben Kazin, First Vice President, President-elect of California Council for 2018. We're in a great location in San Francisco at the San Francisco Art Institute. Awesome 25-year award-winning renovation to a cool old building. There's Diego Rivera mural in the main gallery here. And so many board meetings, it's just more of a listening session, and you get the information, you vote on the business stuff, but having a 2-day meeting is really great because we get an opportunity to really talk about the issues, the hackathon today. We talked about 6 great topics that you wouldn't have an opportunity to delve into if we didn't have this format. And so there's a lot of really smart people, and we can apply design thinking to each of those topics when you get broken down into a smaller group, and hopefully we can use the momentum and these great ideas to not only inform the strategic plan and the operating plan next year, but into the long-range plan a few years into the future. It's a pleasure to be here, and it's been a really fun day so far.